I'm a little early, but that's all right because I just wanted to make sure I'm going to be able to do this live. So I'm still getting ready. If anybody comes in, I'm already here. But I hate to push the go live button and then people think they're at the right place and I'm not there. But I'm here. I'm a little early, but that's all right. I'm just going to continue to get ready here. I should put a sign up here. Back in a moment. This is so classy. Let's see. I don't think anybody's here yet. It's a little too early. Just going to put this, when I go in the other room for a minute, I have to go get something. I don't know if you'll be able to see this. Might not be able to see it. Back in a moment. All right. I don't think anybody's here yet. this Thursday? It's 5 to 7. I'm on a little early. Debbie, hi. I beat everybody. I was so afraid that I would click the button and I wouldn't be going live. So, of course, when I came early, it worked. It has something to do with this computer. It's something different in it, but I don't know. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So, yeah, because I have to use my laptop for everything. Can you hear me okay? Is my mic working? Good. Yes, I'm back to listing. And I was so glad that I finally, after days of going to the post office, I was finally able to print some labels. You're having trouble now with your thermal printer. You know, this is so iffy here. And it's not the printer. I don't think it's this printer. Because when it works, it just spits the labels out like crazy. But I think it's, of course, me. I don't know how to save the label. You have to save it. And then I didn't know where it was. You have to save it as a PFG and then it goes somewhere. So I didn't know where it was going. And I found out on the Apples, it goes to something that's not called Adobe. So I found out where it went, but I'm just going to have my labels go to my desktop. And then I'll just double click on them and print them because I save them as a PFG. Is it a PFG? Whatever those letters are. It says you have to do that. So I did that. And so it's in the format it's supposed to be. PDF. Sorry. PDF. Too many letters to things. So I save it as a PDF and then I just have it go to my desktop. Then I can see it when it pops up there. And then I just double click on it and tell it to print. And yeah. So every time I have to put it in the 4x6 size, though. I didn't have to do that with my Dymo. You set it once and then it was set. This, you have to set it every single time, or you get things like this. Yeah. Or just blank, you know. So I printed a couple sample labels and then I just held my breath because I did find out on eBay that you can print, you have 24 hours to reprint labels. You're not charged every time. So you buy the label and then you can reprint it like 24 hours. So that sort of took the whole scary thing off of it. You've done a test label. You haven't sold anything yet. Yeah, it's different. It's a different way you have to do it between eBay and at least on the Mac. I'm talking about the Mac. Now, if you have a regular PC. I don't think you have as many steps. With the Mac, you have 2 extra steps. I have it wired up and connected to my, MacBook. I haven't gotten it to work yet on my with the easy way. I haven't get it it's not working yet right with the Bluetooth. That's my next thing to try. So I think tomorrow's labels, I'm going to try to do it all Bluetooth. Today I did it all just with the wired connection over my laptop. So uh, I did get 1, 2, 3. I did get 4, 5 labels printed out. So they're printed out correctly. And yeah, so I have 5 packages. Yesterday, it took me forever. I did 4 packages yesterday, but I finally got them to print. And today I went on and I thought I was doing it exactly the same. You have an Android. Yeah, it's different. It's different with the Jane's here. Diane's here. Hi. Yeah, it's a little different with the Mac, of course. Yeah. So it's a couple extra steps for me. But I think I have it figured out how to do it wired up. Now, tomorrow I'll try it with the Bluetooth. That's supposed to be easier, so we'll see. It helps that you're not charged every time you push the print button. So actually, the labels on Poshmark are fairly similar to how I used to do it with the Dymo. So that helps. It's different with eBay, but it's sort of the same with Poshmark. So that was easier for me. But we'll see with the Bluetooth. That's tomorrow's challenge for me. But so far I've been photographing and I've been listing just three a day, and I have 2 days worth of drafts done. And yeah. And who knows what's going with this Poshmark thing? If they suspend me, I'm pretty much out. I'm not going to fuss around with that kind of stuff because I'm not doing anything excessively. I'm afraid to relist anything over there. I am doing the things that I listed on eBay. I am putting them over on the Poshmark. So I am listing on Poshmark the same things. The dumbest thing is if you sell something on eBay, normally you would go over to Poshmark and you'd delete it. You'd take it off of there. I mean, that makes sense, doesn't it? Well, people are getting suspended for deleting anything. So you just leave it up and then somebody can buy it on Poshmark and pay for it. And then you have to cancel. It's a whole thing. That is the dumbest thing I ever heard. Poshmark is still going for me. I haven't been suspended. Yeah, I'm getting Poshmark sales too. Half of those are Poshmark and half are eBay. Yeah, you can't remove the item when you sell it on another platform. I don't know. It's just, who thought of this? They ought to be fired. Oh, I don't think they want you to sell on any other platform but theirs. And somebody mentioned as far as the bots go, I would say 3/4 of the people selling, which includes me, have bots. I have a Posher VA. I mean, I'm not going to sit every day and I have thousands of pieces of inventory, like the same amount I have on eBay. I'm not going to sit there and share my closet. I wouldn't get anything done. I don't get hardly anything done anyway. Uh, I tried my, Riri, hi. I tried my first sale on eBay. I sold a Singer mini serger. The buyer asked me to sell it for $25 because her shipping was $50. Yeah, I did not need it. Wow, that's a lot of shipping. Is it that heavy? Wow. Or was she out of the country or something? That's it. They want you to just sell on their platform. They don't want you to use bots, but everybody does. And the very few people that don't use them, they're on there commenting that they're so happy with this. Well, yeah. It's not worth it to me to worry about it, actually. I didn't really, I didn't start on Poshmark for a long time. I was basically an eBay seller for years and years and years. It's the biggest platform with the most buyers of any. So you can only list on one or the other platform, I guess. But that doesn't even make sense. Do you know about Depot? You mean Depot? Depot? What is it? After the shipping labels and the cost to send the money to my account, I ended up with $11.33. Too much eBay costs. Yes. Depop. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say too. I haven't. No, I have the app. I don't think I've ever gone on it more than once or twice just to look around. I have never tried to sell on there. I know people are starting to sell on Depop. I sell on Mercari a little bit. I've sort of let that go by the wayside. I mean, I still have some inventory in there, but you have to go on and keep doing things to Mercari too. But when I share, I can share from eBay to with Posher VA. I can, or with Flip. I can share with any of the platforms. So I have this Flip that does that I share onto Poshmark. I start on eBay because you have the most to write. Most of the things to fill in on eBay. So then I share from that to Poshmark and sometimes Mercari. But I could go to several other platforms. It's too easy to get all mixed up then. And then delist. Well, now you're not allowed to delist, so that's not a problem with Poshmark. But I'm going to be selling things that are already sold. Wouldn't you think that would make the buyers upset? You only listed one item, Debbie, one item on Poshmark. I am trying to get motivated, but it's not working. Yeah, maybe wait until all this fiasco is over with. I don't know. I don't think it'd be a problem if you're just selling on Poshmark. Bumblebee's not here yet, but she only sells on Poshmark. I don't know. It's a mystery to me. I'm just trying to get my printer to work. You know, most of these boxes of this Jaden's printer, they come with a little holder that holds your labels. A lot of the how-to videos that show the Jaden's printer show that when they open it up, there's a tiny little box. You put this little plastic thing together. And it's not worth hardly anything, but it would come in handy here. So I went on Amazon and bought one for $7.65. It's the same thing that they give you. But I don't know why they don't include them with all the boxes of Jaden's. I don't know why. They said Posh is easy. It's easier. It's easier than eBay. That's what everybody says. I don't know. I've been doing eBay for years and years and years, so it seems weird. So many party invites. I don't pay any attention to those. You didn't get one of those either with yours? With your Munbin? Yeah, they have the Munbin holder too. But you didn't get one? You know, I'm thinking maybe the bigger YouTube sellers that actually they sent these printers to show online, they got them. Maybe they just got them. I don't know. Yeah. I just bought the least expensive one because they're all just little plastic things. I mean, it's not much. I could make do with something, but so you know, it's under $10. So it's supposed to get here already tomorrow. So I don't know. Yeah. I'd like to show you my little printer, but it's all wired up now. I showed it to you before, right? I am getting more used to my laptop. Now that's a good thing, I guess. My laptop is sitting right here in front of my big screen of my other computer that's behind it. You know, I think that's those guys I talked to that have the little store in Medina, the computer fix-it store. They will take, you know, you can take your old computer with the crashed hard drive, you can take it in to them and they will get rid of the motherboard. They drill through the motherboard and then they just use it for parts, I guess. I don't know, because a lot of the computer places will take old computers that aren't working anymore. I don't need it. I mean, it's just taking up room here. It doesn't work at all. I wish it was a separate monitor, But see, with this huge Mac, the monitor and the computer are all one. It's only this thick. It's a skinny screen, and that's the computer back there. There's no computer box, or there's no, so yeah, you can't use the screen. Now I'm thinking of maybe looking into getting a monitor to set next to this. It would make things bigger for me. I don't know. Or maybe I'll just keep this and try to do with this. Doesn't seem I should have to buy anything anymore. No, they don't give you any money for it. Nobody does. Nobody buys your old crashed computers. That's what my daughter says. Don't give it to them free. Yeah. Maybe they would do. I have to talk to them again. Maybe they would do, not give me money for it, but maybe they would forego the fee to come to the house, because it's a fee to come to the house. And just charge by the hour instead of, that there's a little fee if you're over 5 miles away, and I think I'm 7 miles from town. Of course. As soon as I printed the first label that came out right, after I connected this all up, I sent a picture of it to my daughter, because she had asked just the day before, "Are you printing labels yet?" And I said, "Not yet." So I sent her a picture of it, and then I also sent a text to Bumblebee that it's working for me now. I'm printing, but I'd like to get the Bluetooth to work too. So, is anybody here just selling is anybody here selling on multiple platforms? Riri, how much did that weigh? That little part? The serger, it's not that big. Oh, you mean a whole machine serger? Okay, that's got to be heavy. I got you now. Yeah. You have to, yeah, that's one of the hardest things of reselling, to set your price, to figure out how much things are going to cost, to ship and work that in. Or you have to just make sure the seller, or make sure the buyer pays all that cost. But why did the eBay fee cost so much? It shouldn't have been any more than, you should have ended up at the end netting a little over half of what you sold it for. Because that's usually what it usually comes out to. You get about 60%. You do, yeah. Yeah, I never do free shipping, because I'm always putting on and taking off sales. It's too hard to keep track of, so I never do free shipping. So if you do calculated shipping, they just pay what the shipping costs. I give fairly inexpensive shipping, $5.95 shipping up until 13 ounces. And after 13 ounces, I do calculated shipping. And most everything now is going ground advantage on eBay we're talking about. Now Poshmark is all paid for. You don't pay any of that, but you pay a 20% flat fee. That's the most expensive platform is Poshmark. So why are they doing this and just irritating us all? Yeah. Well, I was doing my drafts out in the other room and watching the news, and I almost completely forgot that I had to be on here at 7 o'clock. Mercari, yeah. Mercari is. I've sold things on Mercari, not much, but I don't fuss with that either. Mercari, you have to keep promoting your things. Yeah, it's almost like sharing on Poshmark. You have to keep doing something, or your items just fall down to the bottom and nobody sees them. It's sort of similar to Poshmark. That's why I never put that many things on. Yeah. That's why eBay is the most sort of, set it and forget it platform. It's not exactly like that, but it's the most like that. You can just, it helps to relist things, or it helps to move around your things, and it helps to redo your listings, and helps to put sales on. I think sales are the biggest things in some form, like either regular sales, a percentage off, or coupons, or something that everybody likes to get a sale. So for me, it's just easier to do that on eBay. The only part of Poshmark that's the easier is the listing. Listing on Poshmark is easy compared to eBay. But once you get used to it, it's not anything. Then it used to be the shipping on eBay was a big pain in the neck because there were so many ways you could ship. But since the post office, came out with this ground advantage and everybody uses that, you're good up to 70 pounds. That made it so much easier. Now you don't have that to worry about. It's just, it's just getting on there and listing, because that matters. I mean, it helps a little bit to relist, end items and sell similar. It helps a little bit. I did it for months up until I got this box from Bumblebee. You dropped your price and still no one's buying. Poshmark keeps wanting me to lower my prices too. Yeah. Yeah, they want money. They want you to sell stuff. I have to go back on and look at Mercari. Mercari's shipping's a little bit different, and I don't know how my printer would then go, I don't know if it's different then to print on Mercari's labels or not. I can't handle anything else at the moment. Hmm. I dropped your price. Yeah. Yeah, don't let them. No, you put your own price on. They always want you to lower the price, so they get a sale because they don't make any money till you sell it. Jeff, hi. You set up a store on Etsy, but don't know how to start a listing. Can anyone out there help? I'm not on Etsy. Is anybody on Etsy here? Oh, Jane's on Etsy. Okay, Jane. He has a store set up, but he doesn't know how to start a listing. Oh, your crafts, right. I would sell on Etsy because you can sell antiques on Etsy too. If I ever started painting again or doing that type of thing, for sure I would go to Etsy with it. Because I go on there and look around a lot. So I don't know anything about having a store though. Well, what else has been? My handyman was going to come Wednesday, but Samantha and I had to go to the store. I had to go do my monthly grocery shopping. I do the biggest part of it early in the month, and then like halfway through the month, I do some catch up things. So, yeah, we were going out, and he was going to do the garden clearing and everything, and I sort of wanted to be here for that because, guys, I didn't want anything pulled out that when I had a landscaper do it, this was like, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago. I went around and I told him, "Don't pull this, don't pull that, don't pull this." And I wasn't out there with him. And it was a landscaper that brings like 5 guys with him, 5 young guys, and they do the work. Well, I used to have a lot of daisies. I used to have the most beautiful coral colored poppy that was old. I mean, I had had it for years and years. That was gone. That's what I was most upset about. Yeah. So I won't, I have to be out there when anybody's fussing with my garden. But after all this rain we've had, it'll be easy to pull things out and get things going in this garden. I would like to find some inexpensive raised beds. I don't care if they're the metal ones, like the big oval ones. They don't have to be real high. They can just be like this high. That's good. I don't need them, 2 feet high. And I think that would help out there. Because I don't know, my handyman could build me wood ones, but isn't wood one of the things that's really expensive right now? I don't know. He would know. I have to ask him about that. YouTube may be a helper in how to sell on Etsy. Yeah, you can learn anything on YouTube, Jeff. Doesn't Etsy have a walkthrough about how to do it? But yeah, I like to see visual. I like to see a visual, real life video of it, of things when I'm learning. You know, I brought a barrel full of wash to do this morning, all the way from upstairs, brought it down, set it in the kitchen before breakfast, completely forgot about it, it's still sitting there. I don't feel like doing wash now, so it's just gonna sit there till tomorrow morning. It's kind of confusing, I guess, because I'm used to eBay. Yeah, they're right, Jane, they're all different. Because you have to, right, you have to set up all, how you're going to get paid and it's, there's a lot to it to start selling on a new platform. Well, what else was I going to show you? My daughter, when she was out here setting up my computer, she's the one that got it to print the first sample label. One of these is a sample label. This is a sample label. From the college picker. And she's the first one that got the Bluetooth to work. But we didn't set it up wired. So I tried to get the Bluetooth to work a couple times and it failed. So I wired it up to my laptop. And see, she wrote me all out. She writes real big so I can see, which is good. And then I started writing down here, and I write, why do I write so small? I can hardly see that. I'm going to have to start over again and write bigger. I should have brought them in here, but when we went grocery shopping, we went to Aldi, a couple places, but we went to Aldi, and they were bringing in a bunch of fresh flowers. If I wouldn't have had to buy so many groceries, I would have gotten some flowers. These aren't plants. These are bouquets of fresh flowers. They were gorgeous. But with them, they were potted orchids. And they had just brought them in. All of them were beautiful. $12.99 each. Samantha knows a lot about orchids. She grows orchids. And $12.99 for these orchids she says that's really a good price. So I got 2 orchids. One's white with a little bit of purple on it, and one's a gorgeous sort of a maroon purple color. And they're sitting in windows on that side of the house where the sun comes in. They need light. And they only get watered a fourth of a cup once a week. My sister has orchids too. She does the whole thing with the ice cubes. But I'm always forgetting to make ice cubes because I never use them. So I'm doing the quarter cup of water once a week on Wednesdays. Another reminder for Alexa to tell me.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Oh. Yes. Yeah, she had her own photography business, but she had the same type of computer. She didn't have anything like this Bluetooth. She had a regular, big old inkjet printer connected to her computer. But she knows about computers. So yeah, we sat in here for like 45 minutes. It got us to. She hooked me up and got it to print out on the Bluetooth, just a sample label. And then I hooked up the wired part. Well, I think my dog, he was chasing a chipmunk around today, and I'm pretty sure he almost got it. I know he flung it up in the air once, but I think then it ran away. And she was very upset. I made her come in, but when I put her outside again, she went right over to where she thought it would still be. It's not still there. When I was buying all my bird feeders, I bought a Baltimore Oriole feeder. They like the oranges and the jelly, the jam, grape jelly and oranges is what they always say. And they like nectar, like hummingbirds. Now, they don't have a long beak like a hummingbird, but the opening on this feeder is different. And then there's little trays where you put the jelly, and there's these spikes where you have orange halves on it. So that's one thing we had to go to the grocery store and get. I was out of grape jelly, and I didn't have any oranges. So they had come the night before. I saw them because I fed them last year. I fed them the last 2 years. So they come back when they come through here. They're only here for about a month. I think they have one hatching, and then they leave and go further. Where they go north, further north. I don't know where they go. I have to look that up. But they're in this area about a month or so. So, yes, I had to get my feeder out there. So I put it out there, and I saw them today. They came to it. So, yay. So they know where it is now. Yeah. One of the things that we got yesterday, I got like 3 big bags of bird seed. These birds are eating me out of house and home. So I'm filling bird feeders up every day. But they give me a lot of joy watching them. Oh, my chickens are good. I just took out this afternoon, I took them a huge cantaloupe. I got a huge cantaloupe at Aldi. I cut it in half, took that out to them today. They love cantaloupe, they love watermelon, they love corn on the cob. Those are all treats that they get. And pumpkin. Pumpkins. I mean the regular pumpkins. Anything with seeds. They like cucumbers. If you split them in half and lay it out, they love cucumbers. Zucchini. I got rid of a lot of zucchini last year to the chickens. Yesterday I also bought, now they're the dried root kind. I don't know. I never tried planting these. I got a blueberry bush. It's just the root. It looks like it's dead. And I got a grapevine root. And I'm going to plant the grapevine so if it ever grows, it'll crawl up the one side of the chicken run that has the big wire enclosure, like a cage. It's like a big, huge dog pen. It's like 8 by 8 or 10 by 10 before they get to go out, actually outside. So I'm going to plant the blueberry bush in the chicken run and put something around it because that's very fertile soil in there. And I think there's a couple spots where there's enough sunshine to plant this. And we'll just see how it goes. Debbie says, we hung up planters on your porch and cardinals. Put a nest in the middle of it. Oh, and there's eggs in there already? How nice. I would love that. Yeah, I've had them do that we have a, right next to the front door, which I never use that door, but there's a, kind of a bushy lilac, the Kim lilac. It doesn't bloom till like in the summer. It blooms much later than the regular lilac that blooms in the spring. And so after the leaves come out, it's sort of a bushy plant. And I've had birds nest right in there. It's right outside the door, but it's not a door we use very often. It's nice when they build a nest where you can watch it. Yeah, I haven't bought any hanging baskets yet. That store I go to, Mark's, they got their delivery. It's all outside the store. It's huge amount of plants, garden plants. There's vegetables and flowers and a huge amount of hanging baskets. And their hanging baskets, they were $14.99 last year. They're $15.99 this year. So yes, everything's going up. You have doves on your porch making a mess. I have a lot of doves come under the feeders. Yeah. Yeah, bigger the bird, bigger the mess. Yeah. You're talking about mourning doves? With their mournful little cry. It's not a cry. The sound they make. Sounds so mournful. That's why they're called mourning doves, I guess. Yeah, we've always had those. Now that I got my printer to work connected to my laptop, I'm a little braver now to fuss around more with the Wi-Fi part of it. I think it'll be easier if I just get the trick on how to do it. We'll see. I thought for a while, every time you use the Wi-Fi, you had to disconnect the wired one, but they say no, because I asked that on their site. And they say you don't have to disconnect it. You just, use one or the other. Because one you use the laptop, and the other you're using an app on your phone. So I guess it's smart enough to know the difference. Your porch is like a bird sanctuary. Oh, I'd love that. I just have two little porches. The front little porch, which I never go out that door hardly, and then my kitchen porch. It's a little bigger. I do have a chair out there, and there's lots of bird feeders out there too. And then I have the deck in the back. You got hanging baskets reasonably at Menards. We have Menards around, but not in Medina. I think there's probably one in Strongsville, like where I get my hair cut. That's, a drive. Today was the grand opening of our big grocery store. And I can't think of the name of it at the moment. Myers. Yes. Myers opened today. Today was the grand opening, May 8th. Is this the 8th? Yeah, people that were there at 6 a.m. got to get a big coupon, like a 25% off coupon. You had to be there at 6 a.m. Well, there's no way. And then they sent me out a folder of several coupons. So I'm going to wait till all the hoopla calms down. Maybe next week I'll go and take a look at it. A cooing sound. Yes. Yeah, the cooing sound. They're pooping all over your porch. Yeah. Yeah, it was a nice offer. I wonder how many people. I bet it was crowded. We've been waiting. They've been building this store for a year. It's a huge one, too. The Shelley Shack. Why didn't I get the notification? I don't know. when you don't get the notification, sometimes accidentally, you know, you get unsubscribed. So just go back in and unsubscribe. If it looks like you're still subscribed, unsubscribe and then subscribe again. That's what they say to do if your notification isn't working. You looked earlier? I was on early tonight. I was on by 6:45 because I didn't want to, you know, like it's been happening. I've been pushing the go live button and nothing's been happening for me. And I had to redo it like 3 times before it actually went on. So I wanted to make sure it was working. So I was on early, like 6:45. Well, I know when I did the box opening, I thought maybe I'd be able to do some more opening tonight, but there's no way. I have half a rack yet to. I'm only listing 3 a day. I don't want to go through this box too fast. So it may be a week or so till I get, make another box opening. It'll be the second, third. I'm going to do, I did 1/3 of the box and then I'll do another third and then the last third. You've been catching up with all the computer issues. Yeah. My poor big computer back there. My little laptop looks so little compared to this big screen behind it. I don't know. Maybe I'll end up buying a new one. Oh, we'll see. Now that I have, now that I know I can call somebody that comes to your house. Yes, it's been hard, but I am practicing on this, and it is getting a little easier. What's hard about it is the screen isn't big enough. Things, you have to make things smaller in order to fit lots of stuff on. And then I can't read it because I don't see so well. But it'll work. You can add another screen. I know. I'm thinking about buying a monitor. They're fairly inexpensive. You can get a really nice one for like $100. They're not that expensive. They're just a monitor. So I may do that. I notice when I'm watching other YouTubers, a lot of them, or other sellers, a lot of them have a couple different monitors. Their computer and then a monitor. So that might be a less expensive way for me to go. So we'll see. So I wanted to come on tonight just to let you know I'm still working on my little printer, but I'm making progress. At least I don't have to go to the post office anymore. That was getting old. They were starting to recognize me. Uh, I'll have to I'll have to send you an email to catch you up on what's been happening with House Project. Yes, please. You got shocked? Oh no. Electrically shocked? I assume, since you're doing house projects. Oh, that's gotta hurt. Can I add a monitor to my, yes, I can add a monitor to this MacBook. I can add a monitor, I could add a keyboard, but this has a keyboard. I have a spare little wireless mouse. I can add that to this so I wouldn't have to use the touchpad. And I could put it right down here. It would be really convenient, but I'm trying to learn the touchpad. Maybe after I get good at it, I'll connect it, because when you use this as an actual portable laptop and you go someplace with it or go in another room, you don't want to carry a bunch of other devices with you. I already have to now unplug it to my printer for my printer. But you can use either. Then I would be able to use the mouse just by switching a switch, or my touchpad. But just tonight, you finished your kitchen. Electrically shocked, you melted your wedding ring. You had to replace your wedding ring and got an upgrade. You got an upgrade, but Brian said we can't be doing this every couple of years. Oh. What, did you get a huge burn on your hand, on your finger? You couldn't have melted it without hurting yourself really bad. Or was it off your hand and somehow it got? Tell us, Shelley. You have a huge burn on your finger? It was only 2nd degree. Oh, okay. Ouch. 2nd degree burns hurt a lot. How can you I wouldn't be putting your wedding band on till that got all healed up nicely. Technically, it was Peanut's fault. Oh no. You had the ring on and got shocked. Ooh, ouch. Yeah, I'm scared to death of I don't do anything with electricity as far as fixing things. I think I'm doing good when I go to the fuse box. Well, it's not, they called it a fuse box, and flip the things up and down. That's as much electrical stuff I do. Wow. How is it poor Peanut's fault? Your hand is healed now, so I guess it was about 2 or 3 months ago. Oh, you weren't too quick to jump back into the kitchen project, I bet. Yeah, I want to see pictures of your kitchen now. Yeah, it's been over 10 years, probably more like 12 years since I had my kitchen redone. Uh, I didn't have anything to do it. I didn't do any of it. Uh, well, I'm going to close. It's 8 o'clock, exactly on the dot. And I'm going to go hear my cats meowing. Yeah. Where are you? There you are. I hear you. I hear you. You want to come up here and say hello? You come up here and say hello? No? Come here. Kiki. Oh, come here. No, she won't let me pick her up. Okay, she wants her dinner. I have to go give her insulin. She goes next week to get her exam and her blood tested. You had open wires because you were running electrical for new lights. The wires were capped, but Peanut was on the counter. I thought he was going to get shocked, so I shooed him away, and my ring connected with the wire and the copper wire embedded in my ring. Wow. Yeah, I wouldn't have tried to be doing much with the kitchen either after that. You heard a loud pop. Yeah. Snap. Well, jeez, I'm sorry that happened to you in your ring. You saw a flash of light and my hand felt very hot. Wow. How did you get your ring off? How on the earth did you get your ring off then? I tossed my ring off and ran down to flip the breaker. Your ring came off that easily? Or did it break it right through? Wow. Yeah, I wouldn't be messing with electricity anymore either. Yeah, send me pictures. I'm coming. I don't know why you don't come up here and say hello. All right, I will see you all Sunday and let you know any progress I have with my little Bluetooth printer. Works both ways. So thank you for joining me. Jeff, I hope you get your Etsy figured out there. And I'll be back on Sunday at 4 o'clock. So I'll see you all then. Bye. God bless you all too. Bye.